What if dinosaurs hadn't gone extinct 65 million years ago? Humans have set foot on Earth for 300,000 years. But what would have happened if we had appeared on Earth 200 million years ago? What were our living conditions with the dinosaurs, and what should we do in a world full of lizards? Could we have lasted even one day in the Jurassic period? Forget everything you've ever seen from Jurassic Dinosaurs and Steven Spielberg movies. Today we're going to face purely scientific facts. Stay with Dark Facts. If a modern man went to the Jurassic period, he wouldn't have known the Earth. In those times, things were different. Even the way the continents were positioned was different. Supercontinent Pangaea had just split in two. Climate change had caused the global population to rise. In the Jurassic period, dinosaurs were the unrivaled owners of the Earth. If man existed on Earth at the time, his main purpose would have been to just not be eaten. The famous T-Rex, weighing 14 tons, could travel at 7.2 kilometers per hour. But lower-weight dinosaurs also had higher speeds that hunted in groups. Speed, excellent sense of sight and smell, the ability to see at night, and astringency were among the characteristics of these dinosaurs. It was too easy for them to hunt humans. An American paleontologist and biologist from the University of Edinburgh believes that if humans were present at the time, they would have had to struggle to survive. In addition to predatory dinosaurs, there were also herbivorous dinosaurs. You must be telling yourself that we are not plants, so these do not pose a danger to us. I must say that you're completely wrong. They had the ability to hit you with their horns and end your life. Diplodocus is said to have been the size of 4 elephants. Put the thought of hunting this creature out of your mind. Until today, scientists have not been able to figure out what the skin sex of dinosaurs was. That means we don't know if it is going to be pierced by the knife or a spear or a bullet, or if we need something stronger to pierce it. Of course, if you hunt a dinosaur, there will be a smell that will attack the other dinosaurs. Do you think dinosaurs are your only problem in the Jurassic period? You're wrong again. In this period, Earth's oxygen was much less than it is now, about 15%. Today, the oxygen content of the air is 21%. Most likely, if modern humans were present at the time of the dinosaurs, they would have been deprived of oxygen. The same conditions that humans experience on Everest. Conditions that will cause shortness of breath, headaches, lethargy, and eventually cause coma and death. Let's imagine that we can handle this problem. What to do with the water? The human body doesn't tolerate the bacteria and germs of the Jurassic period, so drinking water can also be deadly. Today, urban water reaches us after several stages of visualization, but still the risk is not zero. It is possible for humans to have parasites or malaria. Presumably, the bodies of dinosaurs were also hosts and millions of parasites and worms. Don't forget vermin and snakes. They are also lurking everywhere. The wrong touch or bite on the wrong thing can put your life at risk, like a massive spider web called Nephila jurassica. Scientists still don't know if they were poisonous or not, but they're sure they could trap even small dinosaurs. Now, what could humans eat 200 million years ago? Was there anything humans could eat at all? Yes, of course there was. One of the best options was reptilian eggs. Large reptilian eggs were rich in protein and could satisfy human hunger. Of course, eating reptile eggs doesn't just occur to you. Many dinosaurs also decide to plunder the eggs of other dinosaurs in order to get a tasty snack. You must have a high speed of action to win the competition and not be killed by the owner of the eggs. If you can't steal the eggs of reptiles, you can go fishing. During the Jurassic period, there were many shallow, warm water lakes where many creatures lived. You could eat a snail, for example, but even they could take your life. The oceans and seas at the time were home to predatory and dangerous creatures, like Liopleurodon, whose teeth were about 7 centimeters long, and if you didn't run away, you'd be a good snack for him. You know, I don't eat meat at all and I'm on virgin diet, but in the Jurassic period, it was also considered a great test. At that time, different plants were growing. These plants had no flowers or fruit. There was something like the fruit of today's zinco tree that you couldn't eat at all because of its bad smell. There were plenty of mushrooms and sweet, but none of them were anything like what we eat today. Of course, we don't mean that all the plants were poisonous, but you only had one chance to find out if they were toxic or not. You could have suffered food poisoning or even painful death. We got all this information. Well, our question now is, despite all these risks, how many days can humans survive in this condition? Before answering this question, I want you to support this video with likes and comments and subscribe to our channel, because we've put other fascinating videos on the Dark Fact channel as well. Let's move on a question we raised. If there was only one human in the Jurassic period, it would have been doomed to death and most likely wouldn't have survived more than 2 days. But if a group of humans existed at that time, perhaps they could have survived longer. But even if all the problems mentioned are solved, humans and dinosaurs cannot live in peace. This is the conviction of biologist and paleontologist Victoria Arbour of the Royal Ontario Museum. Given our correct relationship with wild animals such as lions, wolves, and bears, it is clear that humans and predatory animals cannot compromise. For example, in order for humans in North America to take care of their homes against wolves, they have pretty much wiped out the entire population of this animal. Of course, we don't know if they could have done with the predatory creatures 72 times larger than wolves. Of course, there was a solution to comfortable human life in the Jurassic period. That humans lived on an island to stay safe from the dinosaurs and monsters of the time. Despite the dangerous and unpredictable behavior of these ancient creatures, scientists have been trying to revive dinosaurs for years. A research team at Harvard University, led by geneticist George Church, is trying to fit a mammoth gene extracted from ancient DNA into the genome of an Asian elephant. If they succeed, it is possible that this massive, woolly creature will re-emerge on Earth in the next few decades. Scientists are also working to revive dinosaurs, but for now, there is a problem. These giant creatures extinct millions of years ago, and their DNA is very hard to obtain. Of course, dinosaurs are on our side right now. Crocodiles, birds, and turtles are dinosaurs that evolved and survived to this day. By touching these animals, you're actually touching dinosaurs.